All right, hey there, Danielle Matthews here. I am a post-traumatic growth specialist. I love helping people turn their pain into their purpose. And we've been doing a book club. So it is Monday. I'm on the East Coast of the US in Florida, so it's noon my time. This is when we join for book club. So hey Peg, hey Jeannie, glad you're here. I'm Melissa. I guess you're not recording a podcast now, so glad you're able to be here. Wonderful for you all to join. Peg, I saw you called me yesterday, and let's talk today. I'm sorry I missed it. All right, so good afternoon. Afternoon, where are you, Jeannie? I guess it's afternoon, noon here too. Okay, sorry. I'm like still in morning mode. I'm like, afternoon. I feel like the day just got started. So I'm really excited. I figured out we've got a Telegram chat going. Oh, you've got to leave in a minute for a recording. Okay, I get it. Tennessee. Okay, so you're East Coast too. So I put in the Telegram chat for those of you part of book club. If you want to be part of our Telegram chat, it's just called Enlightened Minds. And I'm learning Telegram as we go. So I figured out how to do a poll. It looked like there was interest in doing a group meditation. So I wanted to kind of put some feelers out for those of you that are on right now. If you have a time of day that's better than another, if you want to do morning meditation, afternoon meditation, evening meditation, put your preferences. I will take them into consideration. The day did just get started, and it's May. I know, amazing, Peg. May 1st. Like this year is like full on. I can't believe it's already May. So let's dive in. I thought this was like, I was kind of like waiting for it, right? Like he's told us all the wonderful things. Melissa says, yes, just not Monday at noon when you record your podcasts. I know. We won't do meditation then. We'll find another time. So this chapter, obstacles to connecting to intention. Really interesting because he makes it sound so easy. Like, oh, this is what we have to do. Like, duh, no problem. And then, you go to do it and things get in the way. So I thought that this was a well-timed, well-placed chapter to talk about, all right, now that we know where we're going, what are the obstacles that are going to get in the way? And I know as part of, business coaching, the people that join my team, something that I always do with them is I talk about their wishes, what they want to accomplish, what that outcome is going to feel like. And then the next thing I talk about is their obstacles. So, Lou over on Facebook is like, yep, obstacles. So obstacles are something that get in all of our way. And I think it is important to be able to recognize what they are so that when they come up, you go, oh, this is this. And then you can have a strategy on how to deal with it. I think that's pretty key. So, hey Maya, you're headed to Mexico, aren't you, this week? Yeah, have a blast down there. I'm sorry that I will miss you this time. So let's dive into the book, shall we? We've got obstacles to connecting to intention, and he talks about, all right, the barriers that are going to come into place. So how are we creating our own obstacles is the essence of this, because the things that are going to get in the way are us. Larry says this chapter made sense. Yeah, Larry's had a hard time, I think, with some of these other chapters. They've been a little like out here, and this one's like, oh, yeah, this is like the practical stuff. So he talks about the 3 things that are going to get in the way: inner speech, level of energy, and self-importance. I thought it was interesting. Good morning, Marie. I thought it was interesting how he, he kind of laid that out there. And we'll kind of take this bit by bit today. I think we'll spend a little bit of time on each. So inner speech is huge. This one, I don't know, but this smacked me in the face. So when he was talking about this match, no match, and he went through and he talked about language that matches with intention and language that doesn't match with intention. Was anyone else like light bulb moment? Like, wow. He talks about this concept of thinking about, like, in our inner thoughts, what's missing, circumstances, how it's been, what they want from us. And Ron says, really, again, it helped with the trolley analogy, getting connected again and again and again. Yeah, nice, Ron. I love it. So when thinking about like what's missing, It's so crazy to me that we all do this, right? We all focus on what's missing instead of what we intend to manifest. And it's like, hello, if we're putting our energy onto what is missing, energy follows attention. So if we're thinking about what we don't have, we're going to make more of what we don't have. Like, it is gold. I agree with you, Peg. Like, this inner talk stuff is gold. You just need, like in my ASEA business, right? I watch it happen to people all the time. Oh, well, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have this rank, these people went away. And like, everyone's talking about what they're missing, not, I'm going to become, a thousandaire. I am going to have an international business. Like, people don't stay in that energy. They stay in the BS. And so they keep getting more of the BS. And he says, what do you intend to manifest? So I thought this would kind of be fun. All right. Yes. Law of attraction explained again. Yeah, Jennifer. And I like the way that he does this, because it's like, it's great to understand the law of attraction or the law of vibration, but like, what do you actually do? Right? Like, what are the words that are being said or not said that are causing the problem? So I thought this would be kind of fun for me to say something that he has as a no match, and you guys to put some, like, reframe the language, right? So we can actually practice what he's talking about. So if someone says to you, I don't have enough money, or if you're thinking to yourself, I don't have enough money, what would be a reframe of that so that we're not in the what's missing, but we're in the what do I intend to manifest? You get what I'm saying here? So rather than saying I don't have enough money, what could we say instead that would be beneficial? And if you want to type something in the chat, I think this is where it becomes like really practical, because this is where you start to discipline yourself. Like, this is totally internal game. So Peg says, I'm an absolute money magnet. Yeah, I love that phrase. So rather than saying I don't have enough money, I'm an absolute money magnet. This is the energy I hold. This is the way that it is. And every time you see affirmation of that, you say it. Like, you see a penny, pick it up. I'm an absolute money magnet. And just you affirm it, reaffirm it. Marie says, I am grateful I have abundance. I'm grateful I have abundance. Jeannie says, I have more than enough. I have more than enough. Yep. What else do we have? I have plenty of money to insert what I'm doing. Money comes to me easily and frequently. Beautiful. See, these are powerful, right? And every time you catch yourself, I don't have the money for that. No, money comes to me easily and frequently. And then do you act on that? Do you have faith that it's going to come? Or are you holding on to everything as if it's not abundant, right? Think about this. So what he says is, I intend to attract unlimited abundance into my life. Juliet says, I'm living in overflow. Ron says, this one's hard for me. Yeah, totally get it, Ron. Money stuff is, I think it's at the root of a lot of people's, a lot of people have issues with it. So this is good. Just, Ron, grab something from the chat. Any of the things that I said, put this out. Like, he talks later in the chapter about how actually having written affirmations out around your house brings that energy into your space, which I thought was really interesting. So that's one. Let's try one more. My partner is grouchy and boring. So if you're not happy with your spouse or your partner or whatever it might be, hey, Venica, I'm so happy you could be here. Hey, Steve. So we're talking about, we're on page 63. If you want to cheat, I don't want you to cheat though. I want you to insert something that would match with intention. So if I'm saying my partner is grouchy and boring, guess what? I am just going to continue to draw in these aspects of my partner that are grouchy and boring. And so what could I say instead? What could I say instead? I have a brilliant relationship with money. Together we are creating financial freedom. Nice. Absolutely. Nice. I see more money comments coming in. It's okay. It takes time to type. I get it. Money comes to me in increasing quantities through multiple sources of income. Yeah, that's a Bob Proctor thing for sure. All right, Marie says, I appreciate my husband and we can work together on things and enjoy life. We laugh and have fun. So stating what it is that you love. Exactly. Like, just reframing it. It makes a humongous difference. So he says, I intend to focus my thoughts on what I love about my partner. Absolutely. So the next piece with our inner mind, it's thinking about the circumstances of your life. Now he says instead to think from the end, keeping the end in mind. So thinking from the end, not thinking from the current circumstances, right? How many times do you meet people that just are lost in the circumstances of their own life? I can't afford this. I got this bill to pay. This is happening. You know, I just had an accident. My mom's in the hospital. And Candy says, I'm glad I'm single. Well, Candy, it will continue to be that way if you put your intention there. Peg says, I have a supportive and amazing relationship. My partner is my best cheerleader. They want the best for me. I love it. All right. So thinking about how to shift out of current circumstances. So if you have somebody that maybe is not liking, they're feeling like they're not appreciated at their job. So maybe they're saying something to you like, I just like the work I'm doing and the fact that I'm not appreciated, you know? Or maybe it's you. You're not liking the work you're doing and you're feeling like I'm not appreciated at what I'm doing, right? A nice reframe. He says, I'll act upon my inner intuitive impulses to create the work or job of my dreams. I just love that. Like he just like pulls entirely out of the situation. He's like, I don't care about the current circumstances. What currently is in my life is because of my past thoughts and where my world was in the past. Has nothing to do with my future. Like, can you cut the cord, guys? Like he literally just, it doesn't matter. Circumstances are what they are. Okay, whatever. It's a clean slate today to think about what you want to create and what you want to have come in your future. You're creating the seeds for the future now. It's very powerful what he's saying. And so he says, I act upon my inner intuitive impulses, right? All the answers are within to create the work and the job of my dreams and then show up when it comes. I think this is wonderful. Now he says, the circumstances of your life aren't the way they are because of karmic debt or because you're being punished. The circumstances of your life, including your health, are yours. Somehow they showed up in your life, so just assume that you participated in all of it. Your inner speech is uniquely your own creation, and it's responsible for attracting more of the circumstances that you don't want. So being very aware of, if you look around and you look at the things you don't like in life, in your current circumstances, just acknowledge that something attracted them, whether you're consciously or subconsciously, you know, doing it, and then think about what do I want instead, and focus on what you want instead, while giving gratitude to what you have. He also says thinking about what has always been. This is similar to like your circumstances or, oh, well, I've always had this issue, or I've always had back pain, or I've always insert whatever it is, you know, reframing this. I've always been poor. I intend to attract wealth and prosperity in unlimited abundance. Like, I just think it's so wonderful how he's like very much has shown us, here's a reframe that matches with intention, and here's what's not working, you know, so you can really put it into perspective for yourself. Let's see, maybe we'll do the last one. The last bit was thinking about what they want for you. How many people feel like there's some they out there? Maybe relatives, maybe parents, maybe siblings, maybe some people that aren't even on this earth anymore that are impacting what you're doing. I see it in family, right? I think we see it most often in family, but I can see it in some of my like extended family that are doing things because of someone who's not even on the planet with us anymore, you know, felt a certain way about it and expected certain things. I think it's wild what we do, you know, because of family. Yeah, Ivanica says, yep. She feels that one. How about this one? I make myself sick trying to please everyone. How many people have fallen into the people pleaser category where you're doing things to please others? This is something that I see a lot of people fall into, thinking that, like, you know, they'll only be loved if they make others feel good. Oldie moldy stories. Yeah, Peg, I love that. He says, I'm on purpose and doing what I signed up to do in this lifetime. All right, so staying on point. Definitely Jennifer and Charlotte are saying, yeah, I have in the past, Larry says. Yes, that was me for years, Marie says. People pleaser for sure, says Jennifer. Yeah, it is a thing. We've all, I think, fallen in there. And then, nice, getting out of that part of my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So that, I thought that was fun. This, like, that inner thinking piece, when he talked about inner speech is a big deal, I really loved how he gave examples. I totally thought that was like dynamite. I tagged that page to just come back to, because it's like, just think about whatever oscillates in your head all the time. Like, you know yourself. And like, what are those limiting thoughts that jump in? And then how can you reframe it? And if you get stuck, put it in Telegram. Like, we can help you reframe. I think that would be a really good practice. Is sometimes when you're so in your own story and in your own stuff, you're like, I can't see out of it. Like, this is all I see. So how could it be differently? And like, we can just give you a new phrase. I used to hate doing stuff online, like hated showing up online. And then I switched it, and wrote a note on my computer that says, I absolutely love the creativity that flows from me when I get online. It's just like a simple reframe, and then I started to have fun with posting online, right? Like, it's like such an interesting thing, this mind of ours, and we can impact it. So yeah, I agree, Larry. This was like a phenomenal section. Journaling helps. Yeah, good suggestion. I agree. Journaling is for sure a really nice practice. Do it in the morning or in the evening or whatever it might be. Hey, Christy, glad you could join us. All right, so now let's go. Page 68 is when he got into your level of energy. And he talks about how basically higher energy dissolves and converts lower energy. When you have darkness, like light coming into darkness, basically the dark becomes light. And he says the same thing with high frequency energy, the low frequency has to come up to it. So I wanted to read, there was a part on page 72 that I wanted to read. So here we go. Don't use weakening energies employed by those around you. Other people can't bring you down if you're operating at higher energies. Why? Because higher and faster energies nullify and convert lower and slower energies. It's not the reverse. If you feel that lower energies of those around you are bringing you down, it's because you're joining them at their energy level. That was like slap in the face. Okay? This is amazing, guys, when you realize the power you have to shift the people around you and also you. Like, if you just hold a higher energy, period, end of sentence, that's all that's needed. Like, the rest dissolves away. I'm fortunate enough, I get to, my battery's low. We got 20%. Hopefully it stays in there, Instagram. If I go away, come to Facebook. I didn't notice my battery was low, and I don't have a plug near me. Okay, so I have the pleasure of taking, I think I've mentioned this before, Guru Dev to the gym every day at 5 o'clock. It is like this beautiful reset for myself, because he holds such a high energy. He's 90. He has spent his lifetime dedicated to getting the ego out of his mind and connecting it with what he calls, source, which is the same thing as intention. And that's the space he lives from. And so when you're around him, you feel it. I swear, just like living in proximity, I get the benefit of that. And anytime I go over there, I don't care if I've just, had an issue, been told blah, blah, blah by someone in business and, been insulted or whatever. I can like have had a happening, and then I go over there and it's like, I can't even keep that energy. Like, I could walk over and be angry, and then I get there and it's like, ding, just raises up. And so I think, what a powerful thing that we can offer other people, but also for ourselves, right? To just be in this positive space. Okay, Christy says she was on Facebook and it ended. You guys are still with me on Facebook, though. That's weird. I don't know what Facebook was doing, Christy. Juliet's here, Charlotte's here, Ron's here. I just saw comments from them. Is everybody still here? And step out there is Stephanie. Sorry, Stephanie and Ivenica. I flip-flopped your two. Instagram's so funny because your all's handles are not your names. Okay. So Stephanie says, this was such a great chapter. I so needed to read this in my life. Yes, I can notice the energy, its frequency levels now. Christy says this is so empowering. Jennifer says Facebook's okay. Maybe reset and rejoin. Yeah, okay. Marie says, so true. We have friends we are helping move, and the last few days she said life is hard. I keep telling her, no, it doesn't have to be. It can be good and fun. Things happen and you do your best and you let go. Exactly. Nice reframing. Sometimes it's hard to reframe people in the middle of it, but sometimes your energy, Marie, can just shift their energy. You know, sometimes if I know I'm going into a difficult situation, I bring the energy into the situation. And then I protect it there. You know, I tell people they can rise up to this, and that's it. It's interesting, a side note, because most of you, I think, are part of ASEA in some way, shape, or form. Not all on my team, and that's fine. But think about in business, whatever you do. I'm going to use ASEA because a lot of us do it. People want to pull ASEA down to a certain level. Oh, it's part of network marketing. Oh, it's a sleazy thing, right? But those of you that have been to ASEA, that have met ASEA, have met the people in ASEA, have seen the power of the product and what it does, you know it holds a very high energy. And I just don't let people bring it down. Hold the space of that energy. Let people raise up to you and where you are. Okay, and if you see yourself getting pulled down, you can't blame the people around you. That's what I love. Slap, slap. Said Juliet, like Wayne says, that's on you. Okay, if you're getting pulled down, this is on you. This is not on anybody else. It's you. That was really good. All right. So he talks about 13 ways to increase energy. What I thought I would do is in the chat, put a 1 if you're aware of this and you're doing it. Put a 2 if this was a new concept to you and now you're going to start incorporating it. I thought this was really powerful. I didn't know some of the things that he suggested. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to read like his little mini program, right? So again, you're going to put a 1 if you were aware of this and you're already doing it. You're going to put a 2 if this was new information and you're going to start doing it. Yeah, I liked that too, how he started to say take responsibility. You guys are already giving me 1s and 2s. All right, these are very specific though. So he's got 13 ways to raise your energy. Number 1 thing, make meditation a regular practice in your life. Oh, I skipped 1. Well, whatever, we'll come back to it. So number 1, if you're already doing this. Number 2, if you want to start incorporating it. And how timely that we're going to do a meditation together. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually, for 8 years, I'm a trained facilitator in meditation. I just, for whatever reason, I haven't been doing it. So we're going to get back into it. All right. The next one, become conscious of your thoughts. Put a number 1 if you are conscious of your thoughts. Put a number 2 if you're like, actually, I'm not really. I just kind of go about my day and I don't really notice what I'm thinking. Nice. I'm seeing 1s, 1.5, Marie says. Sometimes not so, not so on top of our thinking. I got you, I get it. Ivanica, yeah, I see it. 1.5, Ron says. You guys are funny. All right, this one, I was a 2 for this one. Become conscious of the foods you eat. Now, obviously, like I knew, right, there's like good and bad of what to eat. I didn't realize the energy that food holds. Like when he talked about that meat and cereal and dairy and sugars, I mean, I probably could have guessed it for sugar, but that they hold a low energy. Like I like yogurt. I didn't realize that was like a low energy thing I was eating. So this was news to me. There's a lot of 1s out there, so you all apparently already knew this. Okay, I'm seeing some other 2s. Melissa's like, yep, I didn't know either. And Charlotte's like, yep, I didn't know either. Yeah, that was like, I started that. Like, oh, okay, let's become conscious of what I'm eating. And also meat. Like, I don't eat a ton of meat, but, you know, vegetarian. Gurdev's vegetarian. I'm like, well, maybe that's why. I don't know. All right. Retreat from low energy substances. So don't bring alcohol into your life, you know, drugs into your life. 1, if you knew this. 2, if you didn't realize it. Yeah, Larry didn't realize the energy aspect of food either. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't drank in a long, long time. That's thanks to my accident, but 1.5. Sometimes we know, but we want to go have fun, or, you know, people are doing it and we want to hang out with them. I know meat. Oh no. Yeah, I know, Stephanie. I was like, oh, darn it. So, I know, but you know what they, like, I could see it, like, because the meat probably has the energy of the animal, you know, and anyway, that's like a whole tangent. My brain is going down of like, well, when they were killed, what was their energy level versus like a plant? It's like created for us to consume and use, and you pick a plant and it keeps growing. Anyway, whatever, that's a tangent. Okay, so become conscious of the energy level of the music you listen to. So number 1, if you knew the music you listened to was impacting your energy. Number 2, if you didn't realize. Yes, Stephanie, I know. That was a tangent for you and I. So, music is very important. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background. I always have music playing. Sometimes it's peaceful piano music. Sometimes it's just 432 hertz music. Sometimes it's mantras that are going. Yeah, Juliet says if the animal died in fear, you got that energy. Yeah, like who knew? Guys, you don't know what you don't know. We're just ignorant of stuff. That's why we do this. Okay, I'm seeing lots of ones. Glad most people were aware of the music thing. Okay, I didn't know this one. Become aware of the energy levels of your home environment. I mean, I like kind of knew, but like there, some spaces you walk into and it's like, like you go to a spa and you're like, Or like here, they have a meditation space and you walk in there and you're like, and it's like, why? Statues, crystals, paintings, spiritual passages, the colors of the walls, feng shui. All right. I'm like, man, I didn't know. My house is not, I got a lot of plants around me, and I've got like, decor that makes me happy, but wow, altars, statue, pegs, like I knew this one. One's all the way. Yeah. If anyone's good at feng shui, come on over. Larry says 2, but I had an idea of it. Yeah. How about this? Reduce your exposure to the very low energy of commercial and cable TV. A 1 if you knew this, a 2 if you didn't. I hate the TV being on. My boyfriend likes to watch the news. He loves politics. And I'm like, gah. Like, gotta be careful with what you put in. Yeah. Going to work always tells me what types of day I'll have. I didn't fully understand that one, Ivenica. 2-1, yeah. So I'm seeing some 2s here. Like we know, but we're sort of like sucked into the world. Yeah, your husband too, Lou. Yep. Larry says my dad preached this one. I knew this one. Candy knew this one. Yeah. Okay, next one. Enhance your energy field with photographs. Interesting idea. I actually did this intuitively. Like I've got some pictures on my fridge of like really happy memories. Like my parents and I at the Grand Canyon during COVID when nobody was there but us. It was phenomenal. I was like, this is a once in a lifetime. It's a really happy memory. It's like every time I see that, I get happy. So who knew that? Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Stephanie said I stopped TV for years, but then thought about it, but never thought about it that way. Yeah. Okay, the next one, become conscious of the energy levels of your acquaintances, friends, and extended family. So who is like totally aware of who they're hanging out with and who's like, brah, I'm stuck around these people that I shouldn't be. We won't tell them. So don't worry. Yeah, 1.5. Marie's like, yeah, some good, some bad, got it. Marie's a lot of 1.5s. All right. Nice. I'm seeing a lot of 1s. I'm glad you're consciously aware. That's what I love about ASEA. It's like the most consciously aware people. I love hanging out with people in ASEA. Juliet says 1, but it's difficult sometimes. Yeah. And sometimes you just have to monitor, like, okay, I know I'm going to hang out with this person to honor our relationship and just, give yourself some like detox time after, if you will, like the meditation or something. Monitor your activities and where they take place. So, are you attending lectures or are you going to the bar, right? Like where are you putting your energy? All of you are on here, so I'd say you all get a 1, right? We are actively taking time to think about these things. The next one, extend acts of kindness, asking nothing in return. I knew this, but I don't do it. And so this was like a 2 for me of like, oh, Danielle, how often are you going out there doing nice things just for the heck of it? You should probably be doing more of that. Juliet says she practices the kindness thing every day. Nice. Peg's at 1.5, like me. Like, I knew it, but I'm not doing it, darn it. Yeah, there you go. Kind of just like a nice reflective exercise. I really enjoyed that. Thanks for participating. It's like nice to just kind of see where you're at with things and then what you can focus on. So maybe pick one of those this week and do it. For me, it's going to be the acts of kindness. So 100%, I'm going to be focused on doing that. I just noticed the time. We're going to run a little late. It's a long chapter. The last step, or the last thing he said was this, was self-importance. And what he said about this is the problem is when you misidentify who you truly are by identifying yourself as your body, your achievements, and your possessions. Then you identify people who have accomplished less as inferior, and your self-important superiority causes you to be constantly offended in one way or another. This misidentification is the source of most of your problems, as well as most of the problems of humankind. Feeling special leads us to our self-importance. I thought this was really interesting because this is basically ego, right? He talks about self-importance, and I took that as, identifying with my ego, which the ego is so sneaky. It is so sneaky. I'm just gonna like bullet point for those that maybe didn't get this, or just to like solidify, and maybe there's 7, maybe put in the one that like you were like, darn it, that's me. Like I see my ego flaring up in this situation. Again, just like to help identify for yourself. So the first way, he says, stop being offended. That which offends you only weakens you. This is your ego at work convincing you that the world shouldn't be the way it is. Yep. So let me know if that's you. The next one was let go of your need to win. You're not winnings or your victories. You may enjoy competing and have fun in a world where winning is everything, but you don't have to be there in your thoughts. There are no losers in a world where we all share the same energy source. Let go of needing to win by not agreeing that the opposite of winning is losing. That is your ego's fear. I used to have that a lot. Like, I want to win. Get out of my way, I'm winning. Totally had that. Probably because I was an athlete. I don't know. Maybe there's some healthy bits of that. I don't know. I think he says it's like healthy to like compete, but just know that even if you lose, it's not the end of everything. All right. The next one, let go of your need to be right. Whoa. When you let go of the need to be right, you're able to strengthen your connection to the power of intention. I urge you to let go of this ego-driven need to be right by stopping yourself in the middle of an argument and asking yourself, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? When you choose the happy, loving, spiritual mode, your connection to intention is strengthened. Wowzers. Jennifer says, uh-oh. I love that. Okay, number 4. Let go of your need to be superior. True nobility isn't about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you used to be. How was that for anyone? I love the eyeballs. Venica's like, uh-oh, there's me. Number 5, let go of your need to have more. Uh-oh. The mantra of the ego is more. It's never satisfied. No matter how much you achieve or acquire, your ego will insist that it isn't enough. I have run into that because I was like big on goals for a long time. And it was like, more, keep going. And then I get there and it's like, more, get there, more. And it's like, when does this ever end? And then I realize it doesn't end because that's an ego game. So definitely recognize myself there. Number 6, let go of identifying yourself on the basis of your achievements. Peg says this is her. She's got it. Venica says guilty. You and that source are one. You're not this body and its accomplishments. You are the observer. Notice it all and be grateful for the abilities you've been given, the motivation to achieve, and the stuff you've accumulated. But give all the credit to the power of intention, which brought you into existence and which you are a materialized part of. Yeah, some people are saying that's me sometimes. Yeah, the more one really hit you. Yeah, I know, Christy, right? It's like, dang. All right, number 7, let go of your reputation. Whew. Your reputation is not located in you. It resides in the minds of others. Therefore, you have no control over it. Connecting to intention means listening to your heart and conducting yourself based on what your inner voice tells you is your purpose here. And I love this book title. What you think of me is none of my business. Peg says, damn, ouch. Yeah. Number 7, bingo, says Larry. Yeah, I know. He's like gently just like, remember this. Like this, I read this chapter twice. I mean, I read all these chapters twice, but it was just really good. I would come back to this often, right? Wayne's like such a gentle, like loving reminder of like, yeah, so that's not important. And then he ends the chapter, of course, like he always does, with some suggestions for implementation. Okay, so those suggestions for implementation, just pick one. Whether that's going to be watching your inner dialogue, lightening your moments of doubt by remaining faithful, being aware of low energy, talking to your ego, or, you know, viewing obstacles as opportunities. He gives all of these ideas. So what Stephanie says, he is so good at things that we need to remind ourselves of. Yeah, he's so good at reminding us of these like simple things. I'm blown away. I've not read any of his work before, and so this was exciting to dive into this, and it's just, the meat is amazing. All right, chapter 5, your impact on others when connected to intention, pages 89 to 110. Chapter 5 is what we're going to next. And again, thanks for your patience with timing and for hanging in there because we're a little over. Meditation, just if you've got a preference, maybe I'll do another poll in Telegram. So I'll do a poll, morning, afternoon, evening. Obviously, everyone's in different time zones, so not everyone's gonna be happy. We're just gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, I'll put some options out there. Maybe we can get a meditation going this week, perhaps Wednesday or Thursday. I'm feeling like morning, but then that's really early for some of you. So anyway, we'll figure it out. So I'll see you on Telegram. Lots of love to all of you. Candy, yes, lots of love. This was a very interactive day. There's 133 comments over on Facebook, and Christy says, thanks. This set a beautiful tone for my week. Yeah, I can't see how many comments on Instagram, but some really good ones. So you're totally welcome, guys. And if you want some reframing, you need help reframing, in Telegram. Like, I think this would be a good practice for all of us on how to help reframe. So blessed May, everyone. That's right, Peg. It is May. So thank you all for being here. Book club doesn't exist without all of your energy, and I'm just so grateful that you engage and that we're creating this community. I'm sending you lots of love for the week. Apply everything we just learned, and I know it'll be a great week. So I'll catch you all on Telegram, and we'll talk later. Bye, guys.